it's Dr. White, and I'm back at the Dr. Whiteboard to talk a little bit about dry eye and to set the stage for some of the things we'll talk about when we think, how can we treat dry eye? What can we do to make it better? So let's do an introduction to tears, because the tear is where the problem would be if you have dry eye. Now, we talked a little bit in our Italian salad dressing video about what makes up the tears. So let's review that just a little bit. If this is the cornea, the window to the eye, the tears sit on the surface, and they're kind of like in a mixture, an emulsion is what we call it, almost as if you've shaken up your bottle of Italian salad dressing. Real Italian salad dressing, not that light stuff. So if we break it down, right next to the surface, closest to the surface, the tears are mostly mucin. Mucin comes from the goblet cells, which are microscopic cells that are on the white part of the eye. They're producing mucin all the time, every day. On the outside of the tear film, in the outermost layer of that tear that sits on top of the window to the eye, is an oil layer. This is made in the lids in glands called the meibomian glands. And they actually dump the oil into the tears, and then every time we blink, that's what mixes the oil into the tear film. And then the middle of the tear film, actually all through the tear film, is essentially salt water. We call that the aqueous layer. And the aqueous layer is the biggest component of our tears. Probably 90+% of our tears are really salt water with some other chemicals and immune things like immunoglobulins and globula immuns and stuff like that, people who know that stuff can say, but I clearly can't. And the tear film, the aqueous part of the tear film, comes from lots of different places. Our lacrimal glands, big glands that are up on the outside of our eye sockets, and they dump tears in when we cry. But then also microscopic glands that are all across the front part of the white part of the eye, the glands of Moll and Zeiss. Continuously over the course of the day, all of these elements are creating those three different parts of your tears, which get shaken up, just like Italian salad dressing, every time you blink. And when we have the right amount, the right proportion of oil, aqueous, and mucin all mixed up, our tears work perfectly, our eyes are comfortable, and we see very well. So, an introduction to our tears, getting ready to talk about dry eye. I'm the Dr. White, here at the Dr. Whiteboard. We'll see you again next time.